So, hey guys, today we're going to do a bit of a viewer request. I kind of already built a lot of the core, but there's still some finishing touches, so we'll just simply apply them now. So, with what we have here, we have like 99% of what we want already. What we're mostly trying to figure out now is just how to make Ancient Fairy Dragon happen. Aside from that, we're pretty much vibing. But one more thing I should check, of course, I guess, is this. Um, Dark Magician. And then, where is it? Magician Souls. Send a level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Special summon this card. I guess this is kind of helpful, so we'll go 3 or 3. We're going to go over 40 because can't be bothered to figure out the ratios for the time being. Primary thing we're going to probably want to do is to figure out how I make a 7. If I can't do a 7, the alternative is just to make Tzolk'in. So how do we do either of those things? Well, all things considered, I think we actually don't run this. Yeah, it's not efficient enough for this. And now my brain is actually starting to function. Okay, yeah, of course. What we should do, of course, is grab Punk instead. So, Xiamen, Jarakusai, we grab Amazing Dragon, Rising Carp, and there's a field spell. So this searches our field spell, and this will also help us get what we need. So for our 8, I think we don't use Jam Dragon Drive, just straight up. I think we still need Mud Spider though, and we'll grab the trap, I guess. This is all required for the combo, and then we'll grab 3 of both of these guys. And while we're here, emergency teleport to Epic. And mayhaps we'll throw in Small World? Why not? And if that is the case, since we're going over 40, I'll cut Piercing the Darkness, which I just have here, but whatever. So after this, we need to put in Cherubini because I forgot. And okay. The basic idea here. Oh, so why I did want to run one of those guys is because I want to be able to get Cosmo Queen into the graveyard. So, that would help, the illusion fellas. So I kind of forgot to mention what the challenge was essentially. So what we're looking for here is a deck that kind of uses a normal monster, but specifically we're trying to make it an endboard piece as far as I understand. So what we're going to be trying to do here, so far we can probably access adventure stuff pretty easily, and that's a step forward, but let me read this. Unaffected by monster effects. Okay. So what we're looking at here is we have Cosmo Queen. Specifically, we're going for a Cosmo Queen because this has the highest attack out of any dark normal monster. So that's where we're using Cosmo Queen. And our goal here is to equip Draco back onto Cosmo Queen while Fateful is on the field, making it not destructible by battle. So that's part 1. Part 2 is to simply have flawless perfection of the Tenyi on the field. So we'll get draws as long as Cosmo Queen is on the field, and our opponent is special summoning, and it will also be unaffected by monster effects. So that is pretty logical to me. So how we're going to accomplish this is we're going to start by grabbing Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis. Okay, just saying this kind of hurts my brain with the spelling on this. Okay, so Diablantis, the Menacing Mantis, and this can send some insect or a plant. Is there a good one to send? Probably. I would think so, at least. So, if we want to be funny about it, though, depending on exactly what we have, what we could do is like, actually grab this. Let's see. It's one of these. Just have to go through them real quick. Retaliating Sea. If summoned this way, this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. You can add one Earth insect monster with 1,500 or less attack from your deck to your hand, except Retaliating Sea. So technically, if we put like in one copy of both Retaliating Sea and Maxi, Maxi is now searchable. Just you know, because why not? But focusing back up, what we're mostly looking to do is we're probably going to just drop that Cosmo Queen quickly into the graveyard and then summon it back. So the way we're going to have to summon back right now is we're going to have to open Danger Nessie and Dark Refer for the time being. So I'm not sure I really care about the consistency for this because like conceptually this isn't like very intelligent anyways. Like of an end board, there are way more efficient things to do, so won't bother optimizing this, I guess, so we'll just work on theory for a while. Ugh. Well, okay, so we're going to, from this point, well, I guess throw in one copy of Fang Li, I think. Yeah. So Fang Li, the Soldier Palm, why not? If we send this, it summons itself, and then it's at least a body. A body for what? I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me. We'll throw in formula, and we'll go back here. We're going to take a look at Snake Eye. So, do we need Snake Eye? I mean, I don't think so. But what we really need is bodies. So, if we can get a lot of bodies onto the field, it'll help with the next part. So making Ancient Fairy Dragon right now is pretty consistent. It's one card to search Flawless Perfection. But now that I think about it, it's counterproductive because we can't normal summon the punk cards. Ah, right. Well, this is why we have 3 copies of Deer Note randomly. So, yeah, what we're going to need to do is either E-Telly or special summon a punk somehow, because we are going to want to be using our adventure cards one way or another. Or I guess we could just search Draco back off of Faithful. It's about the same. Getting access to Faithful is not bad. Now that I think about it, wasn't there an adventure card that's not released yet? Or is there? Reveal one card in your hand that mentions an adventure token, add one spell that mentions an adventure token for your deck to your hand, except the normal spell. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect. Wait, cannot special summon. Yeah, that's pretty bad. So never mind, it was released. It was just so garbage I forgot the card was in the game. Sometimes you get mixed up, I suppose. Curse. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Okay. So the next step is to grab this. So we search Destiny, DBE, and then we're going to probably have the bodies to do this, I think, right? So we can do this, grab one of these, and then the 2 guys we use for this doesn't super matter. So grab those guys, and then we grab Verte. So the idea here is we actually are going to make Cosmo Queen later, usually. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making Verte so we can DPE effect to pop, and we're going to use Draco back. So we're going to pop Draco back, and then we're going to pop whatever our opponent's card is, and then that will allow us to put Draco back into the spell and trap zone and allow us to equip it to destroy this. This goes through the graveyard, effect activates, equip to Cosmo Queen. So that's the idea anyways. And then what we have here is an unaffected normal monster that's not destroyable by battle. This would be, like, just saying, this would be easier to do if we, of course, were to use normal pendulum monsters, but I remember specifically in the comment, they said something about, like, um, using old kind of vanillas, and normal pendulums aren't really classic cat monsters, although they still are classified as normal monsters, so hence Cosmo Queen. So what we're looking for is just a 3-card combo, essentially. So we're looking for probably Dark Griffer plus Danger Nessie, then E-Telly, or something like that. Because if we have to normal summon, I don't think this can work. The other option we can get is actually just 4-card combos. But I mean, there isn't that much I think I can do about this. So I guess for the time being, let's throw in one more copy of Dasher. And it has like a decent reasoning behind it. So, alright. I think we don't need to bother finishing up the extra deck, because you just have like whatever you want to do with the extra deck now. Okay. Here is the plan. So right now we don't quite have what we want. This hand doesn't quite get there either. This hand, not really. So, okay, this hand is closer, but no. Alright. If we cut out the adventure stuff, it might become easier, honestly. I don't know. Like, because we want to run the adventure stuff, this actually complicates things more. So it becomes, like, pretty unreasonable for me to do this in any non-degenerate way. So if I start running a soul day for this, right, that'll, like, what I'm going to do to make the end board might as well be an FTK, and I don't really want to go that far, so. This, however, is almost combo. The issue is that we have Funk Jam Extreme Session in hand already. So, alright, gotcha. Then we'll just take away this Dasher and hope we never draw it, and then put in a second copy of Extreme Session. Okay. So, will we get the hand we're looking for? Again, the last hand was pretty close. And do believe me, there are a lot of Garnets here. Not quite there. Also, not quite there. So, without Dark Griffer, we don't have any way to summon Cosmo Queen, and even if we put Cosmo Queen in the graveyard, there's no good way to summon it like this. Alright, we'll change engines then, because we don't need these guys to do this. Okay. So we'll remove the dangers and we'll swap to something else. For the time being, right? Should we actually? Actually, I don't think that's the case. What I'm thinking of is probably worse. Okay. So the alternative is we could do Snake Eye and then use Illusion of Chaos, or the other guy, what's his face? Illusion of Chaos and Magician Souls to dump the Cosmo Queen, and then we can use Snake Eye as a 1-card combo to bring this back. And we can do this with Flamberge, and then next turn we do DPE to pop, and Flamberge effect to special summon Cosmo Queen. So if we do that, that probably also works. But it doesn't change the fact that it's essentially a 2-card combo. But I think the consistency might be worth it. I think there's a consistency difference, so. Actually, yeah. I feel like kind of pressured to do that. Like, we kind of have to. So we'll go for it, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Evolution of Chaos. And then Magician Souls. And then we'll have to remove Small World because we don't need Small World anymore, I don't think. So for Snake Eye cards, we don't want to normal summon them, so we'll just go 1 Ash, 1 Flamberge. We don't need Divine Temple to Snake Eye. We can grab Oak. I think Oak is fine. And then we'll grab like a copy of Poplar. And then one of... Well, actually, how many Original Sins? We can cap out on Original Sins and then rework the ratios afterwards, I suppose. See what we can do with them. Yeah. If we can't normal summon, it actually does change things. Let's start by taking out, like, the copies of Deer Note for the time being. And also, potentially, I think we want Crush Sheep. It's going to, like, look really dumb, but I think this works. So, okay, we have Crush Sheep, we have Snake Eye, just some cards, though. The Bellstar. So we'll need 3 of these, and then 3 of these, okay? Like, without a doubt. What can we cut from here, though? Honestly, we could cut Oak. Oak isn't that required, considering what we're doing. So line here is to special summon Snake Eye Ash, special Poplar, even if Poplar only adds us Snake Eye, our original Sinful Spoil Snake Eye here, we can still send this for cost for our punk card, so it's actually not that problematic. So that should be fine. But if we cut a copy of Extreme Session, we can run it. Yeah, there we go. So Oak. And then we'll want Promethean Princess. And we don't need IP or anything like that for this. So, okay. New idea. And we have like a little bit more synergy here. Okay, so this is fine. Except we don't have any punk cards. So, I don't think we can access the entire thing here, right? But we can get most of the way there. So, accessing the adventure stuff with Cosmo Queen and also Flawless Perfection is not going to be like trivial, right? But this should get us most of the way there. So this is a 1-card combo, so what we can do is we can Dia Bellstar to send something, but we already have Flawless Perfection. So we can actually use the fact to get draws instead. So because of that, like, on the off chance we do get it... Wait, why does this have a related card that just doesn't work? Well, that was weird, but okay. We can get draws off of Jam Dragon Drive, which is okay. So that hand gets access to, like, everything our deck has to offer. End board essentially is going to be like, we're going to have an adventure token, Draco back, ideally DPE, and then we're going to also have a copy of Drury Punk Dangerous Gabu. So we'll have Gabu negate, and we'll also have Wandering Griffin Rider. So that's another negate, and then DPE, DPE effect to pop, fun, and then like whatever else we can manage, alongside like Flawless Perfection effect to protect Cosmo Queen, and Cosmo Queen will not be destructible by battle because of Fateful and Draco back being equipped onto Cosmo Queen. So that is mostly what we're looking at here. And for Link 2s, I guess we'll just keep Crush Sheep over a day, and that's probably fine. So the idea of Crush Sheep here is If we send for cost Xiamen, I think we might be able to perform a fusion summon. So not with Fusion Destiny, but with, well, actually no. If we have like a Snake Eye card, we can cross sheep Snake Eye Ash back onto the field if we discard this, right? Like that kind of thing. If we have enough bodies, that might come up. We'll see though. So here we can put back Faithful. We want. We can also put back Denier. So that's why Illusion of Chaos is somewhat decent here. But we don't really have the starters we're looking for. So right now, all we can do is put Cosmo Queen on the field. Not huge. Okay. Here, this gets us access to our stuff, right? And sure, Beanie can become link material for other stuff, so Turret Top really gets us places. So here, I think we're 90% of the way to what we want to do, except we can't put Cosmo Queen into the graveyard, I believe. So to fix that, I think we might be able to do Curious. It's hard to say. I think we can't do Curious, actually. Not enough bodies. But I mean, it's close. I guess there is, like, a better option. If we were to swap over, I think, to Pen, if we tried using Pendulum stuff to do this, this would make more sense. So the idea with the Pendulum cards, if we were to do that instead, is because of this card, we can more easily Foolish Burial consistently our copy of, like, Cosmo Queen if we use Time Star Magician. Time Star Magician has this lovely effect. You can send one spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard instead, and this is soft once per turn. And then this also soft once per turn. You can detach one material from this card to add to your hand one dark spellcaster monster from your deck, graveyard, or face-up extra deck. So Cosmo Queen is a dark spellcaster, so that is somewhat easy access to that, and I think you'll have an easier time trying to access Ancient Fairy Dragon with Pendulum Magicians. So there's that, and there's also possibility of Pendulum summoning the Cosmo Queen anyways. So that's also an idea. And that might have more success. But I mean, this is about the general idea for what I've come up with. I don't think I can, like, reduce this, like, too much further, but general idea here is we can just summon stuff, and then original Sinful Spoils, we can send our, like, punk cards if need be sometimes, right? And there's also the idea of Ancient Fairy Dragon, which can special summon Snake Eyes cards. Right now, it's mostly like my ratios are kind of trash, and we need a better way to get into Cosmo Queen with this stuff, but if we open Magician Souls or Illusion of Chaos, that's our way to Foolish Burial, right? Our copy of Cosmo Queen. But, like, from this point here, like, we didn't get a single Snake Eye card. If we have, like, Poplar, Ash, Wanted, Diabell Star, that would be the missing piece for that, right? But also we don't have access to adventure stuff here, unfortunately. So, like, perfect hand, I think, would be, like, Emergency Teleport, Water Enchantress, and then we would want probably Diabell Star or Wanted. So, like, Wanted, Utility, and then Enchantress isn't quite enough because we still need Illusion of Chaos or Magician Souls after that. So, pretty big ask to get, like, 4 cards that we need. I guess Terra Top also works here, so this, and this. This should work. It's just I don't think we can fusion summon with the Diabell Star stuff. If we could, that would make a little bit of a difference. And then, yeah, I guess that would allow us to bring back our punk cards with like Crush Heap. Aside from that, I don't think there's any way to like special summon back any of our punk cards, unfortunately. So the better idea for this kind of deck, where we're just trying to get like a kind of Towersy kind of vanilla monster, I think the better option is to just use pens, even though we're using like Cosmo Queen. It would still be better with like Pendulum Magicians. In fact, does this search it? No. Okay, just checking. Since we can like just loop with Astrograph, I think it's just going to be more ideal either way. And Isolde might be another way. Like if we try to abuse Isolde, I can see Isolde getting us places as well. But you know, if we were to loop something, that'd be FTK territory. So very mixed feelings. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And if you guys want to see me actually make the Pendulum Magician version of this, so this is mostly just theory. Can't really optimize this that much. I can't really think of like a super good way to go like grabbing a copy of Rite of Aramasir and then making Ancient Fairy Dragon to grab, or like just grabbing Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi somehow. Uh, doing all of this and then plopping Cosmo Queen onto the endboard, that is just a bit much. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.